Hall of Famer in the house at crossroadcues.com. Richard Black. This is one of only two that are made like it, from what I hear. I have a very good friend that happens to be the largest collector of Richard Black cues. He has by far some of the most extravagant, the biggest ones in existence that I know of. And I spoke to him about this very cue right here. I'm going to let you enjoy that wood right there. I know everybody knows what that is as we're talking. But he said that this particular cue, there were only two made. One was made in ebony, and this bad boy right here is clearly made with some exceptional snakewood. A lot of people will use terminology, and I've used it before, when it comes to how to accurately describe the caliber of wood. I've heard museum grade, exhibition grade. Well, I don't know what grade this is, but I know one thing. RB went into his premium pile when he built this cue. So it is snakewood from the back to the front to the back. But that handle, look at that handle. Outstanding snakewood. Let's leave it at that. So all of the white inside of the, you can call them, eyelids, or you can call them ovals, petals, something of that regard. But that is all natural white material. And then you have silver inside. So it's got real silver, but then they are also trimmed all the way around with silver. So look at the silver going here. Look at how it goes both directions. I'm going to spin it for you. You guys know that I'll do that. Well, take a look at that. This cue is made by one of the greatest cue makers to ever do it. Richard Black is an artist whose canvas just happens to be pool cues. I've had the pleasure and the honor of visiting Richard and staying in his home for a few days down in Texas. He is a class act, and there are pictures all over the walls of celebrity players and all types of champions that have played and won with his cues and people that he's made cues for. Richard is a first-class individual, and his work speaks for itself. He's been in all kinds of magazines and museums and everything you can think of. He's won every award you can win. And Richard is in the Hall of Fame, and he is now in his 80s. So if you are a collector of the finer cues in the world, this is one that you definitely want to put in your collection. Again, snakewood, front to back, back to front. We like to call these a slick handle. I'll tell you one thing. I have never seen a snakewood handle like that. How about you all? Look at that. Incredible. You've got the white floating designs. Call them floating points, if you will, up top. Of course, again, silver in the middle, silver all the way around. Watch that silver work right there. Let's give it a spin. The cue is perfectly straight, by the way. It has a natural white joint that is also a 5/16-14 piloted. The joint protectors have the natural white and the silver as well. You can see the date 24 of 02 right there. This came out of a very prestigious high-end collection. There's no dents, there's no dings. I always like to say no apologies. The cue is just super, super, super clean. You have two nice old school growth maple shafts. Both of the shafts are 13 millimeter on the tip, about 12.9 if you measure below, or like right where the wood and the ferrule meet, and that's normally where I like to measure, but these are full 13 tip, 12.9 right there, okay? The shafts are in perfect shape as far as the condition. They are 3.8 and 3.7. The 3.7 sorry, that one, the 3.7 has a taper roll when you roll the shaft by itself. So it's got a taper roll. You can see movement in the center of it. The other one rolls perfectly straight, and everything rolls straight with the butt itself. So there you go. Richard Black, the man, the myth, and the legend. One of only two made right here. Snakewood, natural, and silver throughout. It's going to be on the website, crossroadcues.com. Hit us up if you are interested in this cue. Serious inquiries only. No trade-ins. Look at that. Thank you, Mr. Richard Black, for continuing to express your artistic giftings and ability on these canvases that are called pool cues. Richard Black at crossroadcues.com.